At exactly 1740 Eastern Time on June 21st, 2025, a 30,000-pound slab of hardened steel and high explosives pierced through the Iranian night at 700 miles per hour. In just 43 seconds, the GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator, built to crush anything in its path, punched through over 200 feet of reinforced concrete and ancient granite. Its destination, the Fordo Nuclear Enrichment Facility. A site buried so deep, most bombs would be useless. But not this one. Tonight, Fordo learns why some problems don't need negotiations. They need precision. On the tarmac of Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, ground crews swarm around a sleek, black silhouette, one of just 19 operational B-2 Spirits on Earth. Each one costs $2.1 billion. Yes, billion, with a B more expensive than its own weight in gold. 14 GBU-57s are loaded carefully into the bomber's rotary launchers. Conformal fuel tanks are filled, 180,000 pounds of JP-8 jet fuel on board. The aircraft's APQ-181 radar system is active in full stealth configuration. At 0001 Eastern Time, the first B-2 begins its takeoff roll. 4 whisper-quiet GEF-118 engines push 336,500 pounds of steel and fuel into the night sky. The takeoff angle is low, minimizing infrared signature. Even friendly satellites won't see much. But not every B-2 is heading for Iran. 7 aircraft fly east. Another formation heads west. It's a brilliant deception. Russian and Chinese satellites track the westbound bombers toward Guam, reporting what looks like routine movement. Meanwhile, the real strike group ghosts silently across the Atlantic. B-2s can fly 6,000 nautical miles on internal fuel, but this mission requires over 14,000. Aerial refueling is mandatory, and it's no easy task. At 400 knots, in pitch-black turbulence, the first refueling takes place. The KC-135 extends its boom. The B-2 must fly with surgical precision, 30 feet behind, 15 feet below, and 0 deviation. One wrong move, and the bomber diverts home. But tonight, everything connects. Fuel flows, 1,000 pounds per minute. By 15:30 Eastern, after 2 more tankings, the bombers close in. High above, 4 F-22 Raptors emerge, cloaked in stealth. Their APG-77 radars sweep a 200-mile cone. The radio crackles. Disco 47, sweet picture. Clean, no factor. Translation: the skies are clear. These Raptors are pure air dominance, each armed with 6 AMRAAMs and 2 Sidewinders. No Iranian jet would survive an intercept. Behind them, 8 F-35s monitor threats electronically. Iran's aging Air Force doesn't stand a chance. 1,200 miles south, a U.S. Navy-guided missile submarine, likely the USS Georgia, lurks beneath the waves. Originally a nuclear missile sub, it now carries 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles, more firepower than an entire surface battle group. At periscope depth, the launch begins. With a loud crack, a missile breaches the water at 50 feet per second. A second later, its rocket booster ignites. Within moments, 30 Tomahawks scream across the sea at 550 miles per hour, guided by satellite imagery and terrain maps. Their timing is no accident. Every impact is scheduled to hit just 30 minutes before the B-2s arrive. High above, the U.S. unleashes an electronic symphony. EA-18G Growlers jam Iranian radars with 30 kilowatts of electronic noise. Phantom targets appear. Real ones disappear. Iran's air defense systems start to panic. An S-300 site near Natanz breaks silence. The radar flickers on. Fatal mistake. An F-35 detects it passively, relays the signal. A Super Hornet launches an AGM-88G HARM missile at Mach 2.5. Seconds later, the radar vanishes in fire and smoke. By 1735, 31 enemy radar sites are destroyed. The rest go silent, operators choosing survival over duty. The B-2s line up their approach. 125 aircraft now fill a 60-mile corridor of sanitized airspace. Not a single missile has been fired at them. Not one fighter has taken off. The lead bomber opens its weapons bay. At 17:40 and 00 seconds, a single GBU-57 drops from 45,000 feet. GPS guided, stabilized, silent. Gravity takes over. In 43 seconds, the 30,000-pound penetrator slams into the mountain, carving through rock like a jackhammer through butter. It doesn't explode on impact. No, its smart fuse waits until it's 180 feet deep. Then, detonation. 5,300 pounds of tritonol explode underground, generating an overpressure wave of more than 100,000 pounds per square inch. Rock and concrete don't crack. They turn to dust. One wasn't enough. 11 more follow, spaced precisely, to collapse the entire complex. Back in the southeast, the Tomahawks arrive. Their onboard cameras confirm targets. One by one, warheads slam into key structures. A uranium hexafluoride storage facility takes a direct hit. The toxic vapor cloud makes the site uninhabitable. 29 more missiles follow. Every warhead counts. At 18:05, the bombers are turning home. Fuel levels check out, just enough to rendezvous with tankers over the Mediterranean. Behind them, Fordow, Isfahan, and Natanz lie in ruin. Not a single U.S. aircraft was lost. No missile ever came close. In just 25 minutes, the U.S. military achieved what diplomacy failed to do for decades: reset Iran's nuclear ambitions back to zero. This wasn't just a strike. It was history in motion.